last time on Coastal Nate. Continuation will be from Myrtle Beach, where we left off, up to Charleston, West Virginia. Running 2, positive right. Here, I'll let you guys go ahead and sit back, relax, enjoy the climb, the cruise, and I'll get back with you when we're in the descent. Alright, you guys join me back. We're not even done climbing yet, but as you can see, we're about 100 miles from the top of descent, so... or 140 miles from the top of descent. So we need to get cooking. Go ahead and head down here to the FMC. Get our latest weather. Still winds calm, 10 statute mile, scattered 6,500, broken 10,000, temperature 10, 2.06, altimeter 2,992. We've got our arrival in already, so that's good. Let's calculate our weights. So if we go to our progress page at CRW, where you're scheduled to have 6.0 on board. So, and what do we have now? We have 6.7, it's almost 8. We'll say 8 basically. So 2,000 less than whatever we're showing here. So we'll do 122.1 as our estimated gross landing weight. So let me go CRW. Update the weather. 122.1, 1,000 to go. And we'll plan on flaps 30 and auto 2 and see where that gets us here. That gives us a margin of 485 feet. So let's go flaps 40. 691, that's more agreeable. Alright. Let's go with that. So we'll go with flaps 40 and approach speed of... sorry, a reference speed of 127. That is set. We're doing the RNAV, so we can come over here to our legs page, grab up our runway 05, check that in the fix page. We'll do /3/5/15. That'll give us our rings like we discussed in the last video. Situational awareness, very good. The more situational awareness you have, the more points of reference you have, the better. That's inner F, that's that. I think that's our FMC set for now. We're going to go auto 2. Again, it's going to be a very quick turn in Charleston. Because we're on a schedule. We need to be parked at Buffalo. Or not parked, sorry. On the ground at Buffalo before 6:45 p.m. And that is due to FAR 117 limits. Let's take a look at our charts here. Pull them up so you can see it. Alright, so looking at the charts here, we're going to be coming in on the RNAV Yankee. From DIPA, join in at SITMA. In SITMA, we need to be at 4,000, then down to JetVo at 3,000. That's where we'll join the 3-degree glide path down to runway 05. Let's see, our minimums today are going to be 11:47 is scheduled, so it'll be 12:47 for me since I'm still high minimums. So let me take 3 eons here to scroll that up. While I'm scrolling that up, we'll go ahead and briefly missed approach. If for some reason we do need to go missed, we will climb to 3,000 and then direct NV and a hold at NV. And our MSA is 4,500, so we don't want to dip below that. If we're not on the scheduled descent path. The scheduled minimums here do not apply to us because the weather is good. And that all looks good. About 80 miles from the top of descent now. Still scrolling out my minimums. Wish there was a better way to do this. Alright, after 6 eons, 1247 set. No ATC is online, so we'll go ahead and dial our altitude all the way down to 0 since we're doing an RNAV. Actually, I'm just going to set it to 4500 for now, which is the MSA, because that will become important if we get into any clouds or anything like that. And then once we're actually established on the approach, then I'll dial it down to 0. Dial down a range. Altimeter is 2992. Let's go ahead and dial that in. Alrighty. And FS Realistic is messing with my zooming, so I need to close out of that. Now I can zoom again. Lots of zooming. And folks, you can see just how fast this leg is. We've been in the air for 23 minutes, and we're already planning our descent. So, gives you an idea of how much of a crunch this trip is. And most of our other trips are not like that. In fact, I don't think any, at least as of making this video, none of our other trips have this kind of crunch. It's just because of the FAR regulations and the airport regulations, or not regulations, but the airport operations at Buffalo. It's got to be this tight. Alright, so that all looks hunky-dory to me. Meant to have this pulled up. That's interesting. The second I start at FS Realistic, my zooming is just gone. Oh well. Didn't need it anyway. Probably time to do a PAX announcement here. So we're scheduled into CRW at 2059, and it is 2033. So that gets us 26 minutes. All right. Let me get the latest PAX weather at Charleston. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just an update from the flight deck. About ready to start heading on down on the descent into Charleston, West Virginia. We should be on the ground here in about 25-ish minutes. A very short flight. Right now, the weather you can expect in Charleston, winds are calm. Temperature's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Got some scattered clouds in the area. Overall, pretty nice day in Charleston. You can expect gate Bravo 2, or B2, for our arrival into Charleston. Looks like it might get a little choppy towards the end of the descent, but other than that, it should be pretty smooth for you guys. And enjoy the rest of your flight. Thank you for flying Coastal Airways. Okay, PAX announcement is done. And we're about 45 from top at drop. Everything's looking good. Now, I am seeing on the scope that there are some cells moving around Charleston, nothing over Charleston in the minute, so we'll want to be mindful of that when we're doing our turn, because we may have to deal with that on the way back out, because as previously stated, this flight continues on to Buffalo, and that's what you guys will be seeing next week. And how this trip is structured, I think I may have gone over it at the start, but it's 2-day. Start at Miami, go Myrtle Beach, Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Buffalo, spend the night in Buffalo, get up early the next morning, head from Buffalo down to Charleston, Charleston down to Myrtle Beach, Miami, Miami to Key West, Miami. This is going to be all in the same aircraft. So when we get up to Buffalo, we will shut her down completely, and we'll pick her back up cold and dark the next morning, the way we left her. So at this point, I'm going to be quiet and let you guys enjoy the rest of the cruise and the descent. I'll come back for the descent checklist, and we will continue on from there. Alright, we're just coming past 18,000 feet now. Speed brakes are out. Passenger signs are on. Seatbelt signs on, I mean. Let's go ahead and get some lights going here. Got some clouds in front of us, so we'll probably have to knock on the anti-system here in a second. Just managing our descent now. Same deal as last time. 15 nautical mile will be starting to slow down. Flaps 5. 5 nautical mile, we're going to go gear down. Flaps 15. Get the airplane slowed, and we want to be established and stable by 3 nautical miles. Okay, let's just turn on my track IR here. Okay, gonna go ahead and run the descent checklist. Altimeters and bugs, 209.2 set and cross-checked. VREF is 127, and V target is 132. Auto brake is 2. Start switches are off for now. Actually, we're going to go to continuous, and anti-ice can come on. And recall has been checked. Descent checklist complete. Once we get through these clouds, actually I can knock off the, hold on here. I can knock off the anti-ice. We just breached the 10-degree mark, so it doesn't really matter. Go through the clouds now. Gonna go ahead and reset our altitude down to 0 for the approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is now turned on, so it's time to return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Let's see if I can pull off a better landing this time. That landing last time was kind of dismal. Abysmal.
We have begun our final descent into West Virginia. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any craft one final time. Please ensure tray tables are upright position. Please
There
also
we
store
are.
any carry-on items
Starting to
either in
slow
the
up a
front
little.
pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
If you can't tell, I'm recording when it's really late, because that's when I'm able to fly. Doing great on the glide path. Speed brakes are retracted. We go ahead and arm them now. Still may need to deploy them, but just to be safe. Okay, getting lower the range again here, down to 20 miles. Going through 10,000 feet. Gonna go ahead and smack the A10 button. Once we get slower here, I'll go ahead and extend the retractable landing lights and knock on the taxi light. And it looks like we're going to get into Charleston about 5 minutes early, which is good. Make up some of that lost time. I won't have to rush and be as sloppy as I was. I mean, it wasn't really sloppy. I got everything done to company policy and everything like that. Just, it felt rushed, and I don't like that feeling for obvious reasons. Just passed through 10,000. Gonna go ahead and go speed intervene. Sure we have that set where I want it for now. Coming down over the mountains of West Virginia. Once we breach into the 15 nautical mile mark, we could go ahead and dial that down to 160 knots and start getting flaps out. Well, actually, here's what we'll do. A few miles before we enter the 50 nautical mile mark, I'll put that down to 230. Once we enter the 15 nautical mile, I'll extend flaps 5 and then select 160. That should give us a nice, because I was configured a little bit. Not that I was configured late last time, I was just a bit too quick. So I'm going to go ahead and select 230 now. Going to need some speed brake to help us. See if I can see the airport. Yeah, it's right on that plateau right there. It's gonna start to get bumpy. Oh yeah, it's getting bumpy. Jaeger traffic, Riptide 6, turning inbound, RNAV Yankee, runway 05, Jaeger. Okay, and I'm gonna bring those speed brakes in and arm them. We're getting knocked around a little bit here. Looks like we're gonna have about another 10-mile final, maybe a little less, 7.5-mile final is when we're gonna turn. Okay, we're not wanting to lose speed, so speed brakes back out. I'm gonna go ahead and select 180 now. Got a little bit of freezing going on, that's fine. Start getting this aircraft slowed. Okay, gonna go flaps 5. Now we can bring that speed brake in, arm it. Dial this down to 160. You're about 15 miles out. So it'll be about 12 nautical mile final. Jaeger traffic, Riptide 6, turning about 12 mile final, runway 05, Jaeger. Okay, before I forget, let's get this on and you on. We're going to exit the runway to the right, which is the only way we can exit when able. It'll be max reverse. About a 10 nautical mile final right now. Jaeger traffic, Riptide 6, 10 nautical mile final, runway 05, Jaeger. Adjusted in my chair here early for the landing. I've got the runway. Now, the thing you need to be mindful of this airport is if you're using the ILS or VOR, it is offset by, I believe, 1.5 degrees, so that will get you, especially in IMC. But today we're using the RNAV, so that is no factor. Gear down. Flaps 15. Select our approach speed of 132. Jaeger traffic, Riptide 6, 5 mile final, runway 05, Jaeger. You can see city of Charleston, West Virginia, right off our nose. That's a pretty shot, ain't it? All right, flaps 40. Beautiful. 1,000 feet stabilized. Oh, absolutely epic. Alrighty. And you can see why this airport is kind of difficult to get in and out of. Alright. Let's focus on flying the airplane. Jaeger traffic, Riptide 6, short final, runway 05, Jaeger. My airplane. Got some stutters. Continue. Fly that nose down, reverse. A little off center line, but good landing overall. Reverses out. 60 knots, manual braking. Reverses in. Okay, that wasn't horrible. I'm okay with that. I mean, it wasn't the prettiest, but I'm alright with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to West Virginia. The local time is 5 p.m. and it's currently about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin.
Jaeger traffic Riptide 6, clear of runway 5. Jaeger. Get this thing taxied into the gate here, get it cleaned up. Come on, airplane, keep moving. That last one, there we go. Fuse online, get her connected. Get GSX cooperating. Alrighty, we can reset our minimums here. Passing the West Virginia Air National Guard station. C-130 there, a couple C-130s. And our scheduled arrival time was 17:05, so 5:05, and it's 5:03. Beautiful, we are right on schedule, folks. That is how we like it. Now, fingers crossed, barring no more issues, we should be out of here on time or slightly early. Alright, once we crossed here, taxi light's going to come off. Taxi light off. Roll it on into the gate here. Just going to be guesstimating because the field truck ate the marshaller, it looks like. Right about there, we'll say. Okay, parking brake set, and engine's coming off. Set the bleeds. Fuel pumps. Hydraulic pumps. Get GSX deboarding.
The boarding requested.
Okay, and track IR coming off. Head up to the overhead here. It's all off, that's all off. Seatbelt signs can get checked off. Anti-collision light can come off. Head down here. Set the chocks. Request ground power.
Passengers, the boarding starting.
Ground power available, 400, 116. Connect. Ditch the packs. If it'll let me. Uh-oh. What are you doing? My mouse just keeps disappearing. There we go. Ditch the packs. Ditch the bleed. APU off. Fuel pump off. We are situated. Well, folks, welcome to Charleston, West Virginia. Local time is 5:06 p.m. And that seems legit. Whatever. GSX, have your fun, I guess. But yeah, anyway, here we are, and I was actually a little short, not a little far, contrary to what GSX says. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys next week, where we will do the last leg of this day, where we'll head from here in Charleston up to Buffalo. See you guys in the next one.